are you people? Video number 3 at the orange belt category, okay? This will conclude for the orange belt, the belt techniques that are required on the orange belt list. We're going to be doing 3 techniques. We're going to be doing the front overarm bear hug / what we call rape prevention. We're going to do the front underarm bear hug, which is the standard technique on the belt list, and a front overarm bear hug. So what that means is with the front overarm bear hug, the person's grabbing us and our arms are trapped inside the grab. And the underarm bear hug means they're coming right around our midsection. So a lot of times when I ask the question, what would you rather be grabbed in? Obviously, most people will say neither. But in this case, most people will say they would rather be grabbed with their hands free so they can strike. But the problem is that when your hands are free and they're around the torso or the waist of your body, that especially if you're a smaller person, they can crack your ribs, they can damage your spine, they might pull you in, your diaphragm, so you're very vulnerable. So believe it or not, when your hands are trapped, as much as it seems like, scarier, the truth is that your hands are protecting vital areas in your body that can't be broken. All right, so we have to make alternatives with each one of those techniques, which I'll go into more detail. Now, the first one that I'm going to show, you might want to remove the kids from this one because the technique is a little aggressive and it's a little bit more serious. We don't show it in the kids class. We show it more in the adult class. I've also taught over 5,000 women rape prevention, and I have a platform that I teach from with that. The technique, when we're dealing with this sensitive subject, the techniques are pretty severe and they're pretty extreme because what they're about to do is change your life or possibly try to change your life. So, I'm not a person that advocates or likes to teach violence, even though I teach martial arts. I teach people the right to defend themselves. I teach people how to protect themselves in situations, and that's what we're talking about today. All right, so in this technique with the front underarm bear hug, we're going to call that for now an inappropriate hug because it's a little bit different than a self-defense technique. So this is the one where I would tell you to remove the kids from the room, okay? So when they go to put that inappropriate hug around us, what we're going to actually do is step slightly, not noticeably, with our left, so we have balance. We don't want to fall off balance because then we're going to end up on the ground. So as they put that hug on us, like they're trying to embrace us, maybe even trying to kiss us, we're going to pretend like we're going with this person. Remember, an animal strikes when you least suspect it. Think about an animal. They kind of set themselves up, and when they strike, it's very quick and it's very precise. And that's what you're going to do right here. You're going to strike precisely and quick and effectively. So what's going to happen here is as the person puts this inappropriate hug on you, right, under the arms, not over the arms, we're going to step and bring our hands up to either side of the face, just like so, either side of the face, okay? Now, what I'm about to show you is ugly, but so is what this person's about to do to you ugly. You have to choose who you want to be on the ugly end, and I know you choose you. I choose me. So I'm going to tell you to take your thumbs and actually push them into the person's eyes. Now, a 1/4 inch of penetration of a person's eyes into the socket could put them into shock or actually even kill them. But this person's about to change your world. And it's not the physical act of rape that's, that's a terrible thing, but what's even more upsetting is how it could affect you for the rest of your life. We'll give you statistics, in fact, about rape prevention on another tape. I don't want to go into it too much on this tape because I know the kids might be within earshot. But for now, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to step with the left leg, put our hands up, and then we're going to gouge right into the person's eyes. So we're pretending like we're going to kiss this person, and we're going to gouge right into their eyes. That's going to bring the person's head back. So what we're going to do is after we bring the eyes in, we're going to follow it up, boom, with a roundhouse elbow strike to the person's face. And then we're going to continue if the person is still standing. So we gouge, we roundhouse elbow strike, and now we take this back leg, and right in between his legs, we're going to take the shin of our leg and boom, drive it right up into the person's groin. So if you look at that technique in full, the person grabs like they're going to kiss us. We're going to step slightly forward with the left leg. We're going to put our hands up like we're going to caress the person. We're going to gouge the eyes. We're going to roundhouse elbow strike the person's face, and then we're going to kick right in between the person's leg, and that's pretty much going to give you enough time to get out of it. Don't yell rape, yell fire. When other people feel threatened, when they feel their life is threatened, they're going to tend to react quicker than if you yell rape. They might think it's a disgruntled relationship. They might interpret it wrong. Yell fire, and you watch how fast people will come to assistance and get assistance. Like I said, we'll go into more detail about rape prevention on another tape and another time. Now you can bring the kids back in the room. So now, let's talk about that same underarm bear hug, but now more of a combative situation where the person's trying to just pull us in, okay? Obviously, you can still use the one that I just showed you with the eye gouge, okay? But we're not gonna use that one for now, all right? Now what we're gonna do is use another alternative, but we have to be a little bit more aware of curvature to the spine. In other words, this is where the person's being aggressive and they're trying to pull you in. So if we just allow that, they could break our ribs. So what we're going to do when the person puts it underneath my arms is I'm going to step forward and arch my back. That curvature of the spine is going to disallow them from the moment from pulling you in and doing damage to your ribs. So again, as they put it on me, we step and turn. And now, you got to understand something, that our hands are free, right? Our hands are free, but we want to protect our ribs first. So as our hands are free, we're going to come up. They are not even going to be able to see this. We're going to grab the back of the head or their lapel. We're going to grab them, and boom, we're going to come in with that roundhouse elbow strike. Your hands are free, so you can do something with them, but you got to protect your body, all right? So one more time, as they grab that underarm bear hug, we're going to curve the body, step forward with the left leg. From here, our hands are free because they're wrapped around our waist, all right? We're going to grab the person's back of the head and bang, we're going to drive a roundhouse elbow strike right to the face. The head goes, the body follows. And now let's talk about the overarm. So the overarm would be the person grabbing us like they're hugging us, okay? Overarm from the front. Now, our hands are trapped. The good part about our hands being there is it protects the ribs and those areas that I said before that we have to protect. Now it's going to protect you. Smaller person, bigger person, it doesn't matter. It actually protects the ribs. It does feel very vulnerable, but it's protecting a part of the body. Like I said, we always got to take good out of something bad. We got to get our balance because we don't want to get knocked down to the ground, okay? So as the person grabs me with the overarm, no matter how tight they grab me, they can't stop my hands from moving like this, okay? They can't stop my hands from moving like this. So now what's going to happen is as they grab me, I'm going to step, I'm going to take that rich hand, I'm going to drive to the back of their kidney areas because they can't stop that, okay? And then I'm going to take that hand like we did before with the buddy approach. I'm going to take that hand, come underneath the arm, and step back and do that arm bar right there again. Okay, remember that technique that we did with the headlock? The same exact technique. So as the person grabs me, we're going to step to gain balance. Okay, from here, we're going to slide the hands in. We could actually grab the groin, but we got to watch that because the person's body weight might come on top of us. As we hit, we're going to drive here to the kidneys, drive those hands. You could even pinch to the inner thigh if you want. And then we're just going to come under the arm because the arm is going to be around me. We're going to come under the arm, come over the top, and bang, we're going to snap that person's arm. This technique concludes the orange belt category. All right, we're going to go into orange black next, and then of course we're going to go right through the whole belt list. One thing you learn in self-defense, in the teaching of it and the doing of it, is that we take a bad situation and we try to turn it around and make it positive. And what I mean is that we're not making it positive that we're being attacked, but we have to take action. You know, in life, if we just sit back and we say, this will never happen to me. Well, I guess we could all sit back and say, with the current environment and what's going on today, we would never believe. Somebody said to me the other day, it's like a scary movie, okay? I'm sure we'll be more prepared in the future at whatever level that will be, you know? The world changed on 9/11. The world is a different place. I remember one part of the movie that I saw after 9/11, one of the police officers said to the other police officer, I think it was actually Nicolas Cage, he says, you know, Chief, they were on their way to the towers that had just been hit, and he says, you know, what do we do? What's the protocol? And the chief said to him, there is no protocol. We don't know what we're going to do. And that's kind of what happened to us here, right? So in life, it's always about being prepared. I'm sure that in this world, after this is behind us, we're going to be more prepared. And you know, life is always changing, so we always got to get a new level of new normal and new preparedness. Okay? So train. Even though we never want to have to worry about getting into a situation, isn't it good to know that when you are trained, that you can do something? You know, training is not just about self-defense, it's about learning the philosophy, it's learning balance, it's learning that we can't appreciate good unless we have bad, we can't appreciate warmth unless we have cool, we can't appreciate sunlight unless we have crummy weather. The whole thing with yin and yang and balance is about learning how to find that middle path. And when you learn how to find that middle path, you become a stronger individual. So self-defense is not only the physical application, but it's also the mental application about becoming more balanced and strong. Remember, Facebook group, American Jiu-Jitsu LI, every day a video will be posted. If you want to go one step further, American Jiu-Jitsu LI on YouTube. Subscribe and like. We get 1,000 subscribers, we can go live. We are going to be doing Zoom classes soon, live classes. But please check out our resources in the library. We're trying to keep our students active and busy. 3 things that I always say. Stay home right now. Stay safe, okay, and stay healthy. Thank you so much for viewing the video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.